Hello and welcome to all the Padawan learners out there. I'm Joe, here with me is my co-host Stan.
Hello and greetings.
And today we've got another Star Wars Episode 1 video for you all. This time, we're going to be analyzing the scene in Otoh and the scenes under the sea. In the first part of this set of scenes, we have Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan who arrive in Otoh where they're not exactly well received. The thing is, the Gungans had apparently banished Jar Jar Binks because he was clumsy and caused a few itsy bitsy accidents, as he put it, which is to say probably some cataclysmic, calamitous destruction that probably nearly killed a few people. But the thing is, while the security chief of the boss is not impressed, he does, however, escort them to, as said, Boss Nass. And Boss Nass tells them that he doesn't care about the Naboo. He has no intention of helping them and has no intention of cooperating with them. And the funny thing is that Boss Nass is proven right for why he didn't want to cooperate with the Naboo, as the Naboo would end up helping to vote Palpatine to the Supreme Chancellorhood, and ultimately the Naboo would turn upon the Gungans during the time of the Empire, and generally not really do much to help them, with the Gungans having to retreat to under the seas for their own safety and their own good. That said, on the other hand, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are quite right in that the Naboo and the Gungans form a symbiotic circle. What affects one will affect the other, inevitably. And the trouble is that Boss Nass does not want to recognize this fact. There must be a balance met. And the initial successor after the one from episode 2, I believe, the next woman is shown to serve as queen in the Last of the Jedi book series. She is, I think, the one who gets assassinated in Battlefront 2. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But she ends up actually doing a good job trying to bring Gungan and Naboo together. The trouble is that the Empire does not really approve of these actions. And the full might of the 501st Legion is brought down to bear upon them. But back to episode 1. Boss Nass expresses his disinterest in the Naboo, so Qui-Gon Jinn has to use Jedi mind tricks to convince him to speed them on their way. And he reveals that Jar Jar Binks is to be executed because he was exiled and he broke his banishment. But the thing is, Jar Jar Binks swore a life debt to Qui-Gon Jinn for having saved his life. And not even Boss Nass will go against the gods in that regard. A life debt is a sacred oath, as far as the Gungans, the Trandoshan, and the Wookiees go. In their customs, the life debt is not something that can be easily broken, nor should it, in the eyes of the Wookiees, Trandoshans, and Gungans, as mentioned. And to execute someone who's just swore a life debt would be a dishonorable act. So Boss Nass can't actually punish Jar Jar anymore, not without bringing down the anger of the gods upon his own head. So Tarpal and Nass let the trio go, at which point they're given a vessel of some sort. They speed themselves on their way through with a submarine and go through the planet Core, where we see the most terrifying version of Gojira, an underwater one who, because apparently there's always a bigger fish, which is a hilarious line wryly delivered by Qui-Gon Jinn, as played by Liam Neeson. I honestly love this scene, and I always have as a kid. It's just, there's always a bigger fish. And what results is that they arrive safely just outside of Thebes, the capital city of Naboo, whereupon the two grown men end up making their way to shore and proceed to ambush the droids escorting the queen and her council for processing, as Newt Gunray calls it. Very likely execution or otherwise torture, as the viceroy has no compulsions about such horrid acts. But that's all we've got for you today, so don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button to stay tuned for the next video.